Hello, welcome to Train Sim World 5 for the next, well, the replay of the video that I tried to do last week, Diesel Timeout. If you watched last week's video, you will notice that when I got to Minehead, which on the map is there, and I'd done the shunting, Diesel suddenly took off. I have actually worked out why that happened. And hopefully I will not have the same thing happen this time, because I will not have the external view focused on the brake van, which is what I was focused on last week. And as you can tell, I am still pre-recording so that I've got a bit of leeway in case I either get sick or need a break. I'm currently recording this on Wednesday the 10th. So I've just set it to the correct date for when the video goes live. Doing it in clear weather because having the weather change can be a bit annoying. Ooh, that looks nice. Why does there always have to be a sale on when I've already got plans for my money? I mean, rapid transit, some of those look really nice. Anyway, Diesel timeout, 13:37. That's the time. Diesel has it's still missing it. Has had some time to think about what he's done, and now it's time for him to get back to the troublesome trucks. Take Diesel down to Minehead and collect them. Okie dokie. As with previous one, I want a shot. There we go. Let's just zoom in a little bit without getting too close. There we go, that looks nice. Headlight on, because we're going forwards. And into the oily smoke from Diesel as we leave Willerton. Again. The detail settings are ultra. I prefer being in this view with Diesel. Because we've not got any wagons, it's just easier to use the external camera. And as long as I stay focused on Diesel and don't go onto the brake van, I shouldn't have any issues with coupling. To make sure, when I get to Minehead, I am going to save. That way, if it does happen again, I can just reload straight into Minehead and not have to replay it again. Can go up to 15. I'm trying to obey the speed limit. I know I don't get any points knocked off if I am speeding, but it's just a good idea to stay within the speed limit anyway, because it's just good practice. On Microsoft Train Simulator, going past the signal like that would then clear the signal for the section that we've just cleared. Doesn't happen on this. It's more prototypical in that respect. we do get the signals going to danger once we've passed, like that. We're now in sections, so it would go to danger. But it doesn't clear once we've passed the back of it. So once we're out of that section, it's a lot more realistic in that respect. I'm going to have to slow down when we get to Donisford Halt, because that's a 15. We are slowing down slowly. As you can hear, Diesel's engine note change. I'm going to go down a little bit so that I'm under the bridge as I reach Donisford. Hopefully won't get the sudden zooming in that you get, so the camera stays in shot. Dropping speed down to 15. Whistle so that the people in the station know that Diesel's coming. There we go, 15 miles an hour. I do like this little halt. The pagoda waiting shelter is pretty. And it's quite a nice little location. You can see Bristol Channel, and trains are going through at a nice slow speed. Don't often stop there, but still quite fun. Right, when do we get up to 25 again? This is a comparatively tight bend, which is why it's a 15 mile an hour speed limit. As soon as I'm past that sign, there we go. Back up to 25. Even if it's only briefly, just means that I can try and get the video done a bit quicker. If I was driving on a normal service with, say, the 09 or Class 47 that come with the route, I wouldn't be able to go up to 25 in this gap, or this bit where it is 25, because they just wouldn't get up to speed in time. They'd probably get up to about 20, 22 before you have to start braking for the 10 mile an hour. So it wouldn't even be worth doing. Oh, bridge. Right. I'm not going to accelerate up to 25 again. I'm letting the speed come down gently. Coming up to 10 mile an hour speed limit, which is watch it. Slightly overspeed there, but that doesn't matter. I don't lose any action points for speeding. I just get more for going under the speed limit. So I'm quite happy to just crawl along most of the way along here. Let people in the platform know that Diesel's coming through. Light engine. Light engine is where there's no coaches or wagons behind the loco. Do get a few through where I live that are classed as light engine, if it's a steam engine, there will normally always, be a coach behind called a support coach when it's on the main line. That contains first aid kit, backup crew, equipment to be able to contact signals boxes, as well as anything for if there's an emergency. Some heritage diesels have support coaches, though most of them are allowed to go completely light engine, just loco on its own. And very, very occasionally, some steam engines go without a support coach. Not that often, but it does happen. Had one late last year. Black 5 came through the town from Peterborough via Nuneaton without a support coach or a diesel, with just the steam engine on its own, which was a surprise. We've got 5.9 miles before we get to Minehead. Start speeding up again shortly because we're going downhill now. Need to be able to see the whistle sign, so I've gone up a bit. There we go. I'm just leaving things to coast. That way, the speed will go up gently. I'll have to slow down to 20 again before the end of this straight. That's if I go above 20. Doesn't look like I am at the moment, which is good. Oh, slowing down a bit. I know there wasn't a whistle sign there, I just thought I'd press it. Just stay at 20. There's a whistle sign. Not that the driver would see it. Slowing right down because we're going uphill. I do hate trying to maintain speed when you've got gradient changes all the time. Keep an eye out for another whistle sign, as well as making sure I'm not speeding. In real life, people would probably be on that crossing, or by that crossing, wanting to photograph diesel going past, which is why I blew the whistle. If Thomas, Diesel, Gordon, Edward, Henry, James, Duck, Donald, Douglas, Toby, Percy, and all the others existed in real life, then there'd be a lot of people going out to see them. I mean, they'd be famous around the world. Especially if they could genuinely talk. I mean, go to a place, a magical island off the coast of Furness, or the northwestern England coast and see steam engines and diesels that can talk. Could be a huge tourist attraction. There wasn't a speed limit going that way, but there was going the other way. That's weird. We can go up to 25 now. We've got a bit of time before we get to Blue Anchor, which is a 10 mph speed limit. See, I'm remembering the speed limits. There isn't a speed limit through Washford. Well, there is, it's 25, but there isn't a slower speed limit. Fortunately, we don't have to stop at Washford, or Blue Anchor, or Dunster. We can go through Washford at 25. We have to slow down for Blue Anchor. Still don't have to stop. Unlike in Diesel's first timetable service, where you have to stop to do token change, you don't have to do that with this one. You can just imagine that the token's being done on the fly. There's Washford, which at the time this route is set was home to the Somerset and Dorset Railway Trust. Isn't anymore, unfortunately. They've moved to Shillingstone, I believe. Through the station. It's a nice station, this. Another one with a grassed platform. The other nice one is Dunster. Similar style. Sidings on one side, platform on the other. Most of the platform at Dunster being grass. Oh, I was trying to think what it was then. I have to look at it on the side of the line. Nice cutting. We're speeding up. Slow down, Diesel. Oh, pardon me. A little bit of dust in the air. Might be Diesel's exhaust. I could feel that coming, which is why I paused. Paused what I was saying, didn't pause play, because I want to get to Minehead as fast as possible. While not speeding too much. I know that I'll get a platinum award, as long as Diesel doesn't go flying again. It's crazy how that happened. Here's the long straight section before Blue Anchor. We'll see how long it takes to get the next 4.6 miles done. Bearing in mind we've got two speed restrictions, Blue Anchor and Dunster. Dunster starts at 10 miles an hour, goes up to 15 and then drops right the way down to 5. So no, I will not be going up to 15 after the 10 mile an hour bit. Oh, speeding up again. Don't want to be doing that. Come on, slow down a bit, Diesel. Hopefully, my regular viewers will have watched Wednesday's video, which, time of recording, I haven't actually done. I'm doing that coming Saturday, for me, which is the 13th, and that is the Lee Model Railway show, which is not far from Manchester. It's going to be a long day. I'm hoping to get plenty of footage and make a decent length video. I know one layout for certain that will be there, which I had a hand in translating the name for. That will probably end up being the layout that I use for the thumbnail image. Oh, sorry. Did not mean to yawn then. I don't want to stop the video and redo it again, so I'm just keeping going. Oh, speeding up again. I don't really want to speed up too much because we're nearly at the 10-mile-an-hour limit for Blue Anchor. I say it every time, but those caravans are in a brilliant place. Right next to the railway, you can see the trains coming, either going into or leaving Blue Anchor towards Bishop's Lydiard. It's not something some people would be interested in, but I'd love to have a stay in a caravan where you could see the trains. Down to 10. It's so much easier to slow the Thomas characters down than it is a prototypical train. I mean, it's two buttons, those two there, or A and D. A for accelerate, D for brake or reverse. So A is forward, D is backward, effectively on the keyboard. On controller, LT is reverse, RT is forward. This is supposed to be an Xbox controller, but I use it for my laptop, and it's set on Bluetooth. Just makes it so much easier. Because while I use the keyboard for the horn, here's the crossing, which is 10 miles an hour. It's actually 15, but it's 10 miles an hour over this junction for some reason. You'd think that would be the same speed as the crossing. There's the 10. Why is it 10 miles an hour here? And then suddenly back up to 25 afterwards. Once we're past the sign, we can accelerate till we get to Dunster, which is the next speed limit. 1.4 miles before the 10-mile-an-hour speed limit for Dunster. We are now alongside Bristol Channel totally. Might even be the Irish Sea. Need to look at that on maps. Honk for this crossing, which is a farm crossing. And we are 2.9 miles from Minehead, 1.2 miles from Dunster. So the distance from Dunster to Minehead is about 1.5 miles. Not bad. Do know that I have to put diesel on the turntable and spin round. Because I've got automatic junctions set, it'll automatically spin diesel round. I don't have to worry about that. I just don't know why they have the brake van do that. I love watching diesels crank rods go round. It's quite an impressive, fun sight. All of these types of shunters, the Class 08, Class 09, Class 10, Class 11, Class 12, they are fantastic when you watch the crank rods go round. Oh, and the Class 13. The Mega Gronk. Basically two coupled up permanently. Used at Tinsley Yard on the hump shunting. We've now got perfectly straight line all the way to Minehead. We do have the much slower bit through Dunster, 10 miles an hour, then 15 miles an hour, then 5 miles an hour, and then back up to 25. I'm just letting Diesel slow down of his own volition. There's no more overbridges, so I can have the camera at a slightly higher view, like that. Means I can see any whistle signs and anything else like that. It's quite relaxing going along like this. I'm not worried about timetable. I'm not worried about getting things somewhere by a specific time. It's a nice, relaxing bit. Yes, I do have to try and follow the speed limit. And slow down before I get to the speed limit board, please. There's the speed limit board. And I'm down to speed. Trying to stay below speed limit. It's an ungated crossing, so going too fast is dangerous. I'm watching the speed as I'm going, because if I speed over it, it's not good. Now, speed will go up to 15 after we passed out this board. I'm just going to let Diesel coast. Because I've got to go down to 5 miles an hour near the end of Dunster platform. so I don't want to be going at speed. I've got another whistle board, but that's also where the 5 mile an hour is. So I'm going to have to prepare to slow down. There we go. Just creep forward. Driver's on the right side to see the whistle sign. Ooh, first time I've seen a van at one of these crossings. It's normally been a car. Just creeping along, 4 miles an hour. Don't know what type of van it's meant to be. Can't tell. Looks a lot like a flipping UPS van. There we go, we can accelerate. And go up to 25 for a bit. Got 1.2 miles before the 10 mile an hour, 1.4 miles to where we couple up. So it's about right with when I said 1.5 miles from Dunster to Minehead. It's a long straight section. Oops, speeding. Slow down a bit, Diesel. Thank you. Past the engineer's siding. Past the sewage farm that I only saw for the first time last week. One mile before we couple up. 0.8 miles before the 10 mile an hour for the last level crossing, which we have to go over a few times. It's a bit weird that we have to cross that crossing multiple times. You'd think that shunting wise they'd just have to get the brake van past points, but I don't know. By the time I reach the crossing, I'll have slowed down almost sufficiently. At least I hope so. Heard the signal change as we went past. If I ever wanted to go to a Butlins / Haven, I'd want to go to Minehead. Mainly because, well, you're right next to a heritage railway. The one that was Butlins and became Haven at Avon Wen isn't actually next to Heritage Railway. It's still quite away from Porthmadog, which is the nearest Heritage Railway bit. Doing whistles because I can see crossings. And while Diesel's got a big grey face on his front, you don't get the big yellow that you would on a real Diesel, or even the wash stripes you'd get on a real shunter. Down to 10. we've got the flashing white light. Honk for the crossing. Do another one. There's the alarm for the crossing. We were. Some of them can be really, really loud. Right, start slowing down a bit more. We want to be doing less than 5 when we couple up to the brake van. Whistle at the signalman, or sound horn at the signalman, showing that Diesel's finally come back over an hour after he left with Annie and Clarabelle. Now I need to go into that angle. And before I couple up, I'm deliberately doing that. There we go, I've saved. That way, if something goes amiss, then I can just load up from there. Normally you'd want to stop before saving, but I wanted to get it done without any issues. Oh, the cyclist's back. Didn't hear him last week. Slowing down. Coupled. Just a little bit forward and stop. Oh. Eight one couple. Now we go to wait for the signal. Make sure I press the right button because we're going backwards. And we just creep past the level crossing with the brake van. Next signal's red. You know that anyway. I'm glad there's no bridges around here. I'm surprised that catch point is aimed towards the line that we're about to, or the point we're about to go over. That catch point should be preventing trains going onto the main running line, which is this bit. So it should actually be showing as going towards the ballast. It's not. So over the crossing again for the second time. We'll hear the crossing turn off. And Diesel will come to a stand. There we go. Perfect positioning. Now we have to wait for the crossing. Should be next vehicle stopping. Okay, maybe not. Telling the signalman to hurry up. Just creep forward a little bit. Gate should be going down now. Come on, signalman. There we go. Light's going. And barrier down. Forward we go. Have to wait for the crossing gates to activate before we can cross over, which is annoying. I don't know why they don't just leave the gates down. There we go. I don't know why that's still flashing. Honk honk at the... That should have stopped flashing by now. Signalman hasn't cancelled the crossing. Once I have sorted the shunting out, spun round, put this on the end of the freight, troublesome trucks, then I'll have to go back up towards the crossing, as long as Diesel doesn't do the same as he did last week. But once I've done that, I'll have to go back over the crossing to couple up to the troublesome trucks again. Cyclists around still. I heard him ring his bell. There he is. He's going faster than me. As I creep slowly towards the turntable. There's supposed to be a fire bucket round there. I don't know where it is. If I did, I'd be able to do all the collectibles on this route. Just creep onto the turntable. And stop. And now it'll turn for me. There we go. That building that's there is where the fire bucket's meant to be. Whoa, Diesel. You're rolling. Oh! Why did it suddenly start doing that? It moved. Load last checkpoint. Yay, it's on the turntable. Let's go. Settings. Is it advanced settings that I want? No. Player assist. Turn that off. It's turning automatically. Okay. Diesel, stop moving. I just want to jump off here a sec. The bit that I was on about, this building here, there was meant to be a fire bucket, but it's gone. Been replaced by that building. Okay. I'll get back onto diesel. That's what I forgot to do. Right. No. Forward. I am not letting it have the same happen as last week. Wow, I can go over 125 miles an hour on that short section of line. Okay. Interesting to know. Still driving under the speed limit. Getting that I'm in the top right. Okay, we go up to that checkpoint. And we have to stop with the cab close to it. Like so. Back to the... I'm gonna have to stop before I get there because the point won't have changed. At least I don't think it has, because it's a manual point. Yeah. I'll just creep a bit closer and then stop. Change the point. Climb up. Once again, back on the silly brake van. Just crawl back to the end of the head shunt. Diesel being a freight engine wouldn't have screw couplings. It'd have 3-link couplings. Don't know why they're put in with screw couplings on this. I need to be... I knew that'd happen. Just crawl along until I'm nearly stopped, preferably without hitting the buffers. So we stop there. Now I go back into that view, jump out, change the point, climb up. Now just starting this side. Go back to there. It's annoying that the doors shut as soon as you start accelerating. Just crawl along a couple miles an hour. And hopefully, once we're coupled up, don't have the same happen as last week. I mean, we don't want diesel flying at 120 miles an hour in reverse. So please work properly. Just keep going a minute. And a little bit more. Coupled. Just push them back a tiny bit. Right. I'm going to do this. And it worked. Back to the head shunt. Actually done it without him going flying. Thank you, Diesel, you've actually behaved. So we just go along. Just noticed the rail joints actually sound as the wheels go over the joints. With it going this slow, you can actually see it. You'd expect it on the point, but the actual, because it's jointed rail rather than continuous welded, you can actually see and hear it going over the joints. That's cool. Need to be on the... No, I'll go above. I can see. There we go. I can see where to slow down that way. I'll have to hop out again and do the point, but go out that door. Change the point. Don't have to do any others, because they're done by signalmen. Just get past the water tower. Just have to remember, signalman's got to set the junction up ahead. And I can't go past the red. Sorry, I did not mean to make that rhyme. I'll slow down a little. There we go, speed up again. I actually let it work this time. If I've been going at the 10 miles an hour that I'm allowed to, signalman wouldn't have been able to change the points in time. And that catch point would put me in the dirt. Level crossing is activated. Should be able to just shunt from there without having to cross over the crossing. I can understand why the crossing would be activated, but you should be able to stop before the crossing and then go back without having to go over the crossing. I mean, look at how far away from the station I've had to come. Now we just wait for the signal, and then we can go back onto the freight train again. Oh, it's done quickly. Driving diesel like this, because basically it is like driving a Hornby train set. Analog Hornby train set. You've got throttle and you've got brake, and that's it. There's no real nuance between it. So trying to drive it from the cab all the time is a bit difficult. True, I could go into first person and look out the window on this bit. Actually, I might just do that. I can see the buffers from here. Start slowing. Get down to about 3. And then just creep along. This is the last bit of this service, coupling up to the troublesome trucks, ready for the next service, which is going all the way down to Bishop's Lydiard, possibly even Moulton Fitzwarren. Just a nice gentle bit of creeping. There would be a shunter who'd be on the same side as driver, who would say how close getting. How about that for buffering up? Let's just push back the 6 yards and that's it. We're done. Yeah, that bit where it shows over 125 is a bit random. Got a platinum, which is what I said I'd get. Sorry if I made the camera move then. Laptop's on my legs. Objectives completed 2,500. Distance driven 2,795. Accuracy bonus 1,105. Coupling 2,500. Hard impact 0. Junction changes, I had to do them manually after a while. On time bonus 0. Speeding 0. Everything else not appropriate. Time taken 55 minutes 49 seconds. It's supposed to take 42 minutes according to the timetable bit, but at least it worked. It took longer because I had to reset. So, next week, I'll load it up and I'll show you what next week's Thomas Sim video is. We'll see. Glad I actually managed to do that. Next week it is Minehead to Bishop's Lydiard. Should take about around the same time. Then it's Diesel down to Norton Fitzwarren. Back to Minehead. Then back up to Minehead and then putting back to bed. Those two I will probably do together. I don't know yet. Anyway, I'm just going to look at something. Timetable. That. On foot. Minehead. Before I finish this video, I'm going to see if it's got the previous bit there, so I can just get that last collectible. Just loading up. No, it hasn't. Unfortunately, the Turntable Cafe is right where the fire bucket would be. So I'm looking for a fire bucket so I can show it. I can't even go that way. Is it there still? There's something there that you can't see on the... Hello, can I have an ice cream, please? Didn't know there was an ice cream stand there. Where's the head shunt? There's a road right after it. Okay. Can't even walk in the shed. Oh look, class 47. That is in preparation for a service. So I just put it as random. I could potentially go and spawn a new train. Like... Move this way a little bit so it's out of the... There we go. Just making it so that I can close the doors. This is something you don't see me do that often. I don't normally load in trains randomly at the end of a video. I'm just doing this as something completely random. Turn everything on. And there's a service just arriving. Just release the brakes. I can just creep forward a little bit. I can't go onto the running line, I just want to demonstrate that something like a Class 142 is possible to run on here. Don't know how far I can actually go before I get to a signal. That's the point. Can I open that door? Oh, I've got to do it that way again. Open local door. How far up here can I go? I can set it so I can go into the siding with the coaches. There we go. Just go forwards and backwards, shuttling. Not very prototypical, but it's just demonstrating that I don't just do Thomas. Just go into that siding. I've not got to worry about red signal. Because this is just something a bit extra. Just thought something to add a bit of time at the end. After all, I've just done nearly an hour of driving diesel. Just wanted to demonstrate that I can put other locos in. Release the brakes. Reverse it to neutral. Master key. Why are you not coming out? There. One of these. Won't need AWS, because I'm just going backwards and forwards. So I'll turn the AWS off. Might as well just leave that set up and go to the other end. Could have done it as an empty train and not had any of these passengers. Where's the blind? There we go. Okay. Switch on. Release brake. Forward. And back the way I came. This is just a random bit to end the video. I can't go out onto the main line because it'll be a red signal and you can't pass red signals, even if you're just doing free roam like this. I originally wanted to see if I could get that last fire bucket, but because the route's been changed since it was done, you can't. So why not just drive a train forward and backward a little bit? As I just take it down to the loco shed. And I will stop in front of the shed. D1921. Don't know what top's number that was. It's just a class 47 to me. That was close. That was very close. Actually, Can I turn it off? There is a button somewhere. There we go. Engine off. Close everything down. Jump down. And lock everything up again. And there we go. That's how close I got to the door. That's the tops panel. This was built by Crew in 1965. Brush type 4. Let's hop in. This is the brake van. Surprised there aren't many people on board. Is there more brake space down here, or is it just coach? Just coach. These are Mark I coaches built in the 1950s. That's the guards area. Ah, there's the door. Oh, you can actually do guard duty. Okay. Huh? Didn't know I could do that. Off the train goes. One thing you can do with these coaches that you can't with modern ones. Okay, it's not doing it. Can I do it on this door? No. Okay, this one's not got the same bit. Normally, on some of the other Mark I coaches, you can open the doors while it's moving. I don't know if I can do it at the back end. Run through the open coaches. There we go. You can look out the back. Can't do that with modern coaches. At least it's not letting you open the outward angled doors. That's a nice view as we leave Minehead. Once we've gone over the crossing, I will end the video. Can tell I'm just playing around. Here's the crossing. crouch down as we go across. Should see the barriers go up. When... there we go, barriers go up, and... cars go over, and we suddenly speed up. Okay. That's what I wanted. Thank you for watching the video, especially with that random bit at the end that I was just messing around. Hope you've enjoyed it. And as I always say, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Hit the notification bell, and you'll be told... First time I'm seeing that come up on the main screen. Yeah, hit the notification bell and you'll be informed when I upload a video. Share the videos on the channel. Might make some more people watch them. Always a good idea. And until next time, be seeing you.